You're looking at Dale Onosky, who's run for the President of the United States, and you're looking at the whole committee. I've been doing this for a year and a half, and I've not been able to find an individual that could stand with me on the moral issue, especially when it came to same-sex. Whatever the reason is, the point is I'm now doing what they call write-in ballot. Again, I've been trying to do this a year and a half. The billboard now just says plain and simple, write-in Onosky for the President of the United States. My campaign chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I am looking at each and every one of you who's ever looking at this video. All I'm asking you to do is go out there and tell the rest of the people in America that, hey, if this individual has something to say, then you will pass it on. And we will win back America. Now, oh, hey, guess what? There's a truck. I drive a tractor trailer to pay for this campaign. I work. So you're not going to see anything fancy or anything. The way I believe it is, if I really have something to say, you will tell everybody. Now let's get back to the main thing about this. In the debate tonight, they are not going to bring up Social Security. Social Security has no place to be in the budget, and yet it is there. I want to get rid of that. I want to put it back and make it solvent. All we have to do is just do what they did originally. Now, what about the fair tax? The reason they can't bring up the fair tax and why they're not even worried about bringing it up is because it basically eliminates the IRS. You know what? We don't have to do anything special. You just have a meeting, you have a debate, and you have a vote. Can we change the 16th Amendment to the fair tax? And it's done. Now, because everybody's paying the same thing, either 7 or 13%, guess what? Again, that's why the IRS is not required. If you're paying under $25,000 or making under $25,000, you won't pay anything at all. Now, think about this. If I get the fair tax, which I will, because I'm not getting any donations, I'm not receiving anything, and it's all word by mouth. Get the fair tax, businesses are not putting out 33%. You're not putting out 30 or 29% or 28. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have quite a few funds in our pocket. Now, when I get the fair tax, I'm going to come up and ask for a consumption tax to pay for the Obamacare. What will that do? 10% out of every $1,000, that's only $100 a month. And if you're making $25,000 or less, you will put out 5%, but everybody will pay. You get everything: dental, glasses, hip replacements, pharmaceutical. Ladies and gentlemen, now just think of this. Not only are you getting your medical, but all the businesses are not obligated for your medical. So this thing that they can't come up now with a wage increase, 40-hour work weeks, and overtime. There is no way that they can profess and say that they can't. They've just been taking it off from the fair tax, and now they don't have any responsibility for the medical. So, ladies and gentlemen, just this alone is going to stimulate our economy. Now, Congress and Senate are going to come up and say, hey, we are going to lose a lot of money if we don't do the income tax. Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We have a backup plan. We'll legalize marijuana. Legalizing marijuana will do an awful lot for them. It'll pay off the debt. And if it doesn't, I bet it does a hell of a dent. Now, just these three things alone, just these three items alone should be enough to get you to want to put me in there and write my name in and talk to everybody and find out what the heck we are standing for. They're not going to bring this up on this debate tonight, not at all. And the marriage and the abortion issue, according to the government and Hollywood, same-sex marriage is a good thing. This is the American family. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the American family. This is nothing but open pornography. And I will make it all R-rated in any entertainment that comes up. It is not a family affair. It is not a family event. This is one of the reasons why I haven't had anybody run with me. But now let's talk about this. Genders evidently have more rights than what an embryo does. We want to call a conception an embryo. and it doesn't have any rights at all. It doesn't have the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. It is just plain open murder. It is just murder. To go out and do what happened in Florida to the genders is horrific. It's wrong. And to kill an embryo is even worse. You're justifying it. We have to have morals. Now, I have an idea. I'm going to ask and have, if an agency such as Google, now Google has got the rainbow rabbit, which is a symbolism that it supports homosexuality or genders. All right, now, if they provide pornography, all right, then I will not allow that search engine in any federal building. And that would be one of my second or first executive orders. That if we're going to have a search engine in our federal buildings, it will not, it's got to block it themselves, not us. It's got to eliminate the idea that any pornography will be performed or be able to be done in that search engine at all. Otherwise, we either make our own or we'll find one that will do it. Now, I think every mother in America might just want to follow our lead on that one. Anything that has to do with genderism will be R-rated. This is not a family affair. Then, now, let's talk about the immigration issue. These individuals have been invited here in America. Janet Napolitano came up, and what did she do? She took off over 300 guards off the border. Basically opened it up for them. All right, that means they've been invited. The way I look at it, they take a test, a history test. They've got a year. Answered 7 or 9 questions. They answer those questions, become a citizen, they will stay in America. Otherwise, they will be going home. And I've been told, don't give out any free stuff and get rid of the bad people. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you now know my immigration issue. If you want a wall, okay, we'll put it up. But what, $400 billion to build a wall? All right, let's be realistic, okay? We're not trying to keep anything out like that. China did it in the China Wall. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to talk about this cowboy hat. If you start talking about it, I've won the race. Or not me, but you. That's all you got to do. Just talk about this cowboy hat. Peace be with you, ladies and gentlemen.